The following program was paid for by Southern American Media. Fox 30 WGBC invites you to the talk of all the towns in East Mississippi and West Alabama. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Candace, who's got a big smile today.
Yeah, good morning.
All right, you were telling me that you went bowling this weekend?
We did. We went out to eat with another couple, and it was around Carthage that we went to this like fish house type restaurant. And we came back through Philadelphia on the way home, and we were just like on a whim. Let's just go bowling, you know.
How'd you do?
I didn't do too hot. I mean, I finished second, I think, out of us four, but my husband was one like bowling strikes left and right.
But a strike is when you knock them all down.
Right. Yeah.
And I have never in my life been bowling, ever. I know nothing about it.
It's fun. I mean, it really is fun. I thought I was a little better than I actually showed the other night.
How heavy is a ball? Is it heavier than you think?
They're all different weights. You can pick your weight. Like I like to use the real lightweight balls, like 8 pounds, I think is what it is. So that's what I had, because anything, like I'm always scared I'm going to throw it. Like when I go to throw it, it's going to go flying backwards if it's too heavy. But
I really want to try it once in my life.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun, but like at one point the other night, Kurt said, "You want to get the bumpers put up for you? You know, they put the rails for the kids, you know, so they won't go in the
I didn't know
gutter."
that.
Yeah, they will, like for little ones. And I said, "You need to hush."
So he was picking on you, is what it amounted to.
Smack talking.
Smacking.
Yeah.
So what is the score? How does the score work on bowling? Is it?
Well, how many ever you knock down, it'll show on the thing how many you did. And this was really neat. The times I bowled before, they never told you how many miles per hour you throw.
Oh.
So, yeah, that was pretty neat.
The closest I got to it, I think, was an episode of Laverne and Shirley of watching, who was the little dancing dude? He was always bowling on that show.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Carmine.
Carmine.
That's
Carmine.
right.
It said a little different.
But it was fun.
I'm glad you had a good time.
We just bowled one game.
Believe it or not, the weekend is over. We're halfway through. Today is August the 15th, folks.
I know it. I cannot believe it.
75 right now as we wait for high. It's going to be warm. This is hotter than we've been seeing. 97 today is what we're expected. Now, also with that same mention, let's talk about weather just a second here. Let me show you what the forecast calls for the week as we pull this up to take a look here. This is at 96, 97 today. Toward the end of the week, look at Friday, 84 for high.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it, even though it looks like it's going to be possibly raining.
Now, we've got, and now today, and let me show you this. We got a chance of severe weather today, tomorrow, and the next day. As we go into today, it's going to be Kemper County as we pull this up to show you here, this eastern side of Lauderdale County, and it starts just north of us here in eastern Kemper County, takes in all of Macon area and all the way back Tuscaloosa. Tomorrow, this is the outlook. Meridian, the southwest corner of Lauderdale County, will be in this level 1, all of Newton and portions of Neshoba County. And then Wednesday, all of us will be under a severe threat for severe weather, a level 1. Now, all of this being said, there's no tornadoes, this damaging wind up to about 60 miles an hour guesstimated with this. So plan your days, and each day it's going to be in the afternoon after 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
You ever notice when you glance up at yourself and realize you use your hands a lot to talk?
Oh, I always use my hands. Look, I can't even do this. I can't even say I.
A Southerner would be just, it'd be quiet, I guess, if you were to tie your hands behind your back and make you do something.
I probably couldn't even talk.
It's tougher than you think not to use your hands. It just helps.
Yeah.
Let's see. Early this morning, the Meridian Police Department was busy. Why? They got a call that something had been broke into. Let me see if I can find the picture to show you on the map here of where this happened. I'm close. I wanted to
look at something real quick while you're doing that.
Oh, you're doing that?
Yeah.
Here we go on this. And let me hit this button here where it will show a little bit better. Highway 39 this morning. Whoop, a window was busted out and somebody broke in. This would be the AT&T store on Highway 39. Now, I don't know what was taken, what they got, but I do know that a break-in happened there. They may not have gotten anything, but odds are if you take the time to bust a window and get in, you're going to leave with something.
Right. They're going to take a little something.
This was around 5 a.m. this morning. I checked with Bill Smith. I know where he was. Where were you at 5?
I was snoozing at 5 this morning. I was about 20 minutes away from getting up. But look, somebody was asking where we went to eat. I was going to address that real quick. We went to Madro's in Lena, Mississippi.
I can't even pronounce that.
Madro's.
Madro's?
Uh-huh.
Is that like a last name, or does that mean something else?
It's just I don't know. It might be their last name. I'm not sure. But
Candy Luke. Hadn't seen you in years. Hope you're doing good, girl.
Yes.
I'll send some rain to Texas. Karina Jones visiting in Texas, watching this morning from there.
Good morning, Kathy Almond.
Yeah.
Ann Murphy.
Now, I brought this up also. King Road, I got a lot of response of, hey, what's happening on King Road this weekend? Lauderdale County Sheriff's deputies were all over the place, and, well, there was a wreck. And after the wreck happened, old boy thought, well, it's time to run. Bye, see y'all, and off into the woods he went. The Sheriff's Department arrived. They corralled him back down, and it ended up being, well, he had no driver's license. He was drinking and driving, and whoops, I got some drugs on me.
A little Mary Jane.
Yeah, a little trip downtown, handcuffs and all that good stuff there. He's been processed. Shame, shame.
Goodness.
That's hate to see that happen. And I brought this up. If somebody runs from an accident, they got something in the car.
Yeah, or something pending, like maybe a warrant, possibly, or something already. Yeah.
And they will stop at nothing to get away. So always just be aware of what people are up to when it happens. I wanted to share this because this guy is really good at what he does. Let's go out to Key Field. We all know where the airport is. And occasionally we get a plane that flies in overnight that stays a day or so. And this is it. I wanted to show you this airplane. What a gorgeous picture this is. And let me close this so it will show the full thing here. Scott Stevens snapped this picture out at the Key Field. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous?
It's so pretty. It looks like it's sitting on like a mirror.
Yeah. A Boss T-45 flew in. Scott Stevens grabbed that pic of it sitting there. Some gorgeous scenes out there.
It is. It's so pretty. We went out on the lake yesterday. Took the boat out there late yesterday evening, right before sunset.
You didn't
I always
fall in,
love
did
being
you?
out there. No, but I got some really pretty pictures. I had to send them to you.
Yeah, do that. We always like to see that. Now, a few things that happened over the weekend. There was a fight. And as Bill was talking to me this morning, as me and him talked about this, I don't want anybody to think this was a random person because I do not believe this. But on Poplar Springs Drive, the 2500 block of it, somebody was driving down the road and they look over and there's 4 guys on one whooping him. Most likely they had an argument and they wasn't getting along, but, well, this is the area that all happened there, the 2500 block there. Here's Magnolia Cemetery. Just west of there on 26th Street, a fight broke out. But again, in all likelihood, they knew one another. I don't want anybody to think it was somebody just randomly walking down the street.
Right.
Now, do I feel comfortable enough to walk down that street at 11 o'clock by myself? Absolutely not.
Yeah, probably
You're
not.
not going to catch me there.
I might not be driving down that street at 11 o'clock at night. Yeah.
A few things happen in that neighborhood. We all know that. Contact your city council member if you don't like what's going on in your neighborhood. Always be vocal about that.
You notice that the crime is gradually moving towards North Hills, just gradually moving, which
it does.
Yeah, it is.
And it's expanding. And eventually, when I first started this, it's nearly, in February, it'll be 3 years that we've been doing this.
Yeah.
Wow. It's flying. But, in the beginning when I started this, well, nothing ever happens anywhere near downtown. Hush, don't talk about that.
Right.
Well, people need to know.
Well, people want to know. I think people felt like they were in the dark for so long because only, local news and stuff maybe didn't report everything. Right. I don't know why. I don't know what the reason is, but people want to know. They want to know what's going on in their area. If they have to get out in public and go to stores and stuff, they want to know what areas kind of, maybe have a little higher crime.
And you like to know when you get out of your car, when you close that door, do I need to look behind me? Has something happened here recently?
Right. If somebody's on the loose, and
Correct.
You don't know if there's been a crime committed and it just wasn't reported. I mean, people want to know that. So I know I do.
If there's a panel van parked next to you with the door cracked, don't get in your car right then.
Yeah, right. Especially people who have teenagers out and about, you want to keep them safe.
So we had some gunshots happen over the weekend as usual. And I want to point this out. This would be in the 400 block of Lake Drive. Let's pull this up. It's where this went on. Shots were fired here, right in that area there. Now, no, this is north back behind Sam's.
Okay.
Back in that area there. No one was hurt, but gunshots still happened over the weekend. We also had some more here Let's move on to the next one here. This would be over 900 block gunshots were reported. 42nd Avenue is where this was. Let me pull this up. We can see that. And again, here's Rose Hill Cemetery. It would be due north of there, back in this area here. If you've ever been, here's Carver Middle School. It would be to the northeast of Carver. Is where that happened. Again, no one was hurt, but it was some bang-bangs that went on, just to make you aware of that. Let's see here. Western Gardens over the weekend. We also heard gunshots in that area. This would be in this area here, the western side of town. Here's the Rustler, down Highway 11 and 80 as you move in on this. Moose Lodge down this area, right in there. Again, no one hurt, but we did get reports of it.
And, you know, we report this stuff and we say, oh, you know, you might want to steer clear of this area, that. Just remember our utility workers. I mean, they have to go into all areas. It's not like they can pick and choose. I mean, they're there.
Something breaks, they got to go.
That's right. They need to be there. And some of them are kind of on their own sometimes. I mean, you just really, you know, think about them.
And, you know, it's like the, and I talked to a police officer this weekend, as a matter of fact, when fights break out. And sometimes it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people in an argument. And that poor officer has to pull up on the scene by themselves.
Right.
How do you handle that?
Well, my thing too is these people, a lot of times they, against company policy, they cannot be armed. They can't, so they can't.
They would lose their job.
That's right. Some of them. I don't know how many people, you know, allow that and don't, but I would
probably
think that they
most don't.
Yeah,
because they're afraid.
Right. So it just, I don't know. It makes you uneasy. It really does. I think it'd be a good idea if there's always 2 instead of just 1 by themselves, you know, but that's just my thought.
When I was a little boy, when me and Mayhat would go walking, she always carried a stick in case a dog came after us. She said, I'm going to pop him upside the head. He'd get near us. Good morning to you. It's already 10 minutes, actually 12 minutes after the hour, flying this morning. It's going to be a warm day. We got so much more to talk about that's going on in our area. Stay close. And as always, you can make a comment on Facebook and join us and give us your thoughts, where you're watching from, anything that you've seen.
That's right.
It's a way to get in touch with us.
We might not know about.
Right. Stay close with us. More to come with Scotty Ray and Candace.
The Square Peg Mini Mall, located across from the Neshoba County Co-op in Philadelphia, Mississippi, is a family-owned business that promises to treat you like family. The Square Peg Mini Mall has been operating for over 10 years and boasts over 30 vendors with a rotating inventory to fit that something you're looking for. Inventory is constantly updating, so there's always a chance for a surprise when you step inside. Come visit the Square Peg Mini Mall, located on 335 West Main Street in Philadelphia, Mississippi.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install, or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace. So early, Monday morning. It's a clean week, the beginning midweek. Kids at this point are all back in school. I can't think of anyone that would not be back in school.
They are. My son's loving it though. He's really he said last night, he said, I wish that I could stay in 2nd grade for the rest of my life. And my husband said, be careful what you wish for. But he loves it.
I got text of a meeting that's going to happen tonight. If you live in Ward 2, this is going to be held at the Velma Young Community Center in Meridian at 1530 24th Street. Council member Dwayne Davis is going to be there speaking. If you'd like to talk to him, have any concerns about what goes on in your ward, go down and visit with Dwayne. Tell him what you're thinking there. They'll be there tonight. He'll listen to you. Go down and visit with him. Again, that's going to be the Velma Young. And as always, no matter where you're from, Philadelphia, if you're over Newton, send us your messages. Let us know what's going on in your community. We can share that with other folks.
That's
know
right.
what's all going on. No birthdays so far this morning?
Yeah,
I guess we're all just kind of not getting older today, huh?
I know. Maybe it was on hold. Yeah,
Down on
age is
Biloxi,
hold.
if you were building a sandcastle this weekend, you notice, ooh, that looks like drugs. You're right. They had a bunch of drugs wash up on the beach shore this weekend.
It was not white sand.
Nope, eight bricks of it. But they say that happens a lot there. But once, twice, 3 times a year, something floats in from the ocean that fell off a boat somewhere. Fortunately, it was found. No kids were hurt, and the police confiscated all that. We go up to Oxford, to Ole Miss, and this is so sad when this happens. The oldest church in Oxford, Mississippi, burned over the weekend.
Oh, goodness.
College Hill Presbyterian Church, built in 1846, burned to the ground. We don't know what caused the fire, if it was electrical or if it was on purpose. They're inspecting that. But a piece of history that is gone forever.
Let's hope somebody didn't do it on purpose. That'd be awful.
I still hate that. It was a beautiful building.
It says that author William Faulkner was married there.
Really? I didn't know that part.
I read it down at the...
William Faulkner.
Yeah. Goodness. It was a lot of different things happened there. Union troops with...
Sherman camped out there.
Sherman camped at the church grounds.
I don't know if it was Sherman's ghost or not, but he sure burned a lot, didn't he? Bad dude. Bad dude if you don't know your history. As we look around, let's see what else is going on here. Locally, we had 2 stars pass away this weekend. Yeah. That first one was kind of confusing. Ann Hatch.
Yeah.
She was, and I don't want anybody to take this wrong, but technically passed away on Friday, and then they kept her.
They have to keep them.
What's the word?
Their organs functioning until they get them all harvested if she was an organ donor.
To give to somebody.
Right,
And so I guess officially finally announced that it happened yesterday as they gave those to the many people. And this next one come out yesterday of an actress from one of the soap opera shows. The soaps, as they used to say. Yes.
It was Robin Griggs. I had to look. We had to pull a picture up, and I'm not sure, that I recognize her. But Robin Griggs passed away. She was on Another World and also on One Life to Live, and she was only 49 years old. She passed away from cervical cancer.
Oh, that stuff is just bad news.
Yes.
Maybe one day there will be a cure for this, and it will go away. I'm sure that in the past, before we even knew what cancer was, there were so many people that lost their lives to this that we had no idea.
49.
That's young, isn't it?
That's a year older than me. Yeah. Goodness.
Boy, and she was a beautiful woman on top of all of that. As we get into this Monday, I'm trying to think of other things that are going to be going on this weekend. As we get, it's not long till deer season.
I know. I'm hoping we can hunt this year. We didn't hunt at all last year, and I missed it because I enjoyed it.
Well, let me ask this: did you let your husband join a hunting club yet?
It's not a letting. Okay, I don't care if he joins. I've encouraged him to try to find somewhere for us to hunt, but he just wasn't.
It's usually only girlfriends that complain about deer hunting. After a woman is married a few years, she's packing his stuff. You want to stay at the deer camp all weekend? Yeah. Sure, go ahead.
But travel ball is just that really consumes you. You don't have very much time to do anything.
No, you don't.
That. So, but I still would like to hunt. He did do a green field and a shoot house on our property. But it's just
not the same.
Too many people hunt around us, so anything we see on our camera is usually taken down by somebody else.
Yes.
So
you don't let anything pass because it won't come back.
Right.
Another story that we're looking at, Alec Baldwin. This was, I don't remember the exact date that all this went down in that movie, to where that poor young lady was shot while they were filming.
Yes, that was awful.
More and more, he got on camera and said, I didn't pull the trigger. I didn't do this. Evidence points now that, yes, he did. Possibly charges could be filed on this. I know he's being sued over the situation.
Yeah. Well, supposedly somebody was in charge of making sure the gun was loaded or not loaded, but he also should have checked that himself.
Well, the controversy comes in on this where the scene didn't call for the gun to be fired at that point, and he did it anyway. So it's a lot of back and forth on this. I don't know if we'll ever know all the details on this, but Alec is not out of hot water. I hadn't heard much out of his wife. She was in some...
They're having another child. I did see that, right after all that. And she might have already had the baby. I don't know.
Well, he hadn't been going to work, so I guess they had to pass time.
Yeah, I guess so.
Boy. Let's see here. Howard Stern, over the weekend, his father passed away. He was 99 years old.
Goodness.
Now, I'm not a big fan of Howard Stern. I'm not going to lie about that. I do pass along condolences. He covers things that just
He's kind of gruff.
yeah, that's a nice way of putting it.
No filter.
I was searching for a word to describe it, and I couldn't come up with it.
No filter between here and here. Yeah.
Just
if he thinks that it comes out of his mouth, it don't matter.
yeah,
But
that's
anyway,
true.
A lot of people are like that,
As we talk about many ways, and I saw this morning, and it caught my eye. Mm-hmm. If you're at home and you think, boy, somebody could knock down my door and come in my house, I don't feel good about it, and you put the extra locks. This is a simple thing, and I saw this online. I thought I'd show you the picture of this. Mm-hmm. Does it take but just a second to secure your door a little bit better this way? Let's pull this picture up, Candace. Okay. You see that?
Yeah.
Most houses have that little bitty screw right there. Mm-hmm. Go buy you some 3-inch screws and run that in there to where your door lock, to where if someone were to kick it, it would be a little bit harder to get in. It makes it stronger. Those small ones come out that quick.
Okay, so that when somebody kicks the door in, that's what happens. This comes out.
Yeah.
Like it just...
It caves way and goes in. That lock, there's nothing to hold it. But you run those longer screws in there, it doesn't budge as easy. Mm. They have to have a bigger foot.
That's right.
So, and do that on your deadbolt and on where your door handle is there. Mm-hmm. A little extra security there as we plan that.
Well, we got the chain lock at the top and the deadbolt. It's like Fort Knox.
Candace, before we went in, we were sitting here talking this morning. It was like a new world to Candace as she discovered a TV show this weekend that she hadn't watched in a while. And I love it.
I know. Last night, my husband likes Gunsmoke.
I do too.
Yeah. And so last night I got to watching, and I had never been big on it, like Westerns. That just wasn't my thing. I like comedies and stuff. But anyway, I started watching it last night, and I just got into it. And then it was episode after episode after episode. So I was like in there at midnight watching an episode of Gunsmoke right by myself. My husband was in the bed. It was good.
But you go back, there was Newly, and of course then Festus came along after that doc, and you become and Matt always stood for right and wrong in this world.
Yeah.
And that's where the lines of America have swayed, because your main character is not always the good guy that's going to do the right thing anymore.
Yeah. And look, I kept realizing that even if you were his friend, you tried to shoot at him, he's going to kill you.
Oh, yeah. Matt didn't take it.
He was going to shoot you. And oh, well, let's go get the shovel.
And so reckon why they never included a romance with him and Miss Kitty, because she wanted it so bad. You can see it in her eye. Like, Matt, come on back to the Long Branch. Come on. But never did Matt cross that line.
I don't know.
He had a drink with her every once in a while.
But I like the saloon girls and stuff. I guess the ladies of the night. I don't know.
Of the evening?
Of the evening or whatever. It was just normal back then. It was just like whatever. Now they'd have another name for you, I think. But
yes, it is.
Yeah. But anyway, it was a good show. Burt Reynolds was on there.
He was the horseshoe guy over there.
Blacksmith.
The blacksmith. That was why couldn't I think of that?
Yeah.
But shows like that. Matt Dillon. Always a great show there if you've got time to do that. I brought this up as you mentioned the ladies. Did you see where I mentioned this morning out in Texas, to where, what do you call it, the child services shows up? And the lady told a 14-year-old that she should become a lady of the evening. And it was on video.
Oh, my goodness.
They have fired her in so many different ways in Texas and told her to go home and don't come back to work ever again.
I would think so.
Who would tell that to a child?
Sorry, people.
I just, some of the stories that happen across America, I really have to sit back and go, oh my gosh. You just think nobody would do that.
Oh, that is pretty bad right there.
I mentioned this morning, but as you always, you get lost, and that's my deer there on the picture here. But sometimes you have to look up, if you're traveling and you think, gosh, I want a Chick-fil-A or I want a hamburger, and you type in places to eat and it pops up all of them. The next thing that Apple is getting ready to do is let people pay now on the map. Before, it's just been whatever was around you.
Oh, really?
But they will now be able to pay to where it pops up on there, to where it steers you to a particular restaurant. It'll pop up on your map.
Huh.
So be ready for that.
I don't, I've quit doing the little trying to look everything up like that.
What do you do? Just drive around aimlessly?
No, if you have an iPhone, you can say, hey, I don't want to say it because she'll pop on here. Yes, can I help you?
Right.
The name of the
little girl.
Yeah, you can say her name and say, look up so and so, and I guess it uses your location and it'll.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to be paid for advertising now.
Yeah.
When you do that, it will suggest going somewhere to eat. That hadn't been done in the past on that. It's just been, this is the closest place. It's another way for revenue with Apple.
Yeah.
And it will probably generate a lot of money.
Yeah.
So be ready for that. That's coming to a phone near you. Let's see here. Can you pronounce that name?
Is that a Q?
Aqib
Talib.
This was caught on video. How horrifying! At a little league, not little league, but it was youngsters playing football. An argument broke out, and that guy is a NFL star.
Goodness.
His brother shot and killed the coach over an argument. A manhunt is underway in Texas this morning.
Youth football coach.
Killed for no reason.
Over a kid's game, yeah.
What could lead to that?
That's horrible.
Well. I see here we got an anniversary up amongst us there. Raymond Creel, y'all got an anniversary today. I want to say happy anniversary to y'all. There's a bunch of them. I don't know how many. She
Yes.
caught poor old Raymond there when he was a young fella and he couldn't get away. She trapped him. Boy, I'm going to tell you what. Raymond has got it good, though. He gets good banana pudding. I have tested that, and it is some of the best.
Do we know how many years?
I don't. It didn't say. But it's got to be over 50. Has to be. So congratulations to
Yes.
y'all.
Happy anniversary.
Hope it's a good one there. Let's see. Where can I find the email? ScottyRay1969 at AOL.com. You can shoot us in and we'll share your pictures. We appreciate that. A few other things. Elizabeth Warren apparently made a comment this weekend, and Ted Cruz started joking back that, well, she may not necessarily be who she is. She could be a he.
Elizabeth Warren?
Yeah. He's going to catch it
Oh, my goodness.
nationwide for that comment. But she made some type of joke, and he replied to it. Ted doesn't back down. I'll give him that. Some people love Ted Cruz. Others, not so much.
I don't know how to take Ted Cruz as far as like sometimes he just seems a little wishy-washy to me.
He can be.
You know.
Most politicians are. Most of them, what you see on television or news releases is one thing, and then when they close the door, they're best buddies with the person across the aisle.
Yeah.
Not always, but a lot of times. Always vote for the person. Remember that. Study what they do. Just because they say that they're a Democrat or they say they're a Republican doesn't necessarily mean
That's right.
that's what they do. Sometimes it's selfishness.
They'll say stuff to just get your votes and then just sit there and not do anything.
Boy, we see that all the time, don't
Yeah.
we? Let's see here. Other thing. Did you see this where a guy was getting ready to go into a courtroom and he chugged this mystery liquid? Killed
would
him.
he do that?
He
I
was a
wonder.
pedophile.
Did somebody give him that?
That's what I don't know. How did he get it into the courtroom? And it may be that he was just appearing, but he chug-lugged it, and he died from it. It was like his what they call those that like the KGB used to swallow in case that they were cyanide pill type thing.
Oh, yeah.
It was some type of concoction that was bad.
So he tried to, did he try to do that?
He did. He was
I mean, he
successful.
killed himself?
Yes.
Okay. He killed himself. I
Yeah.
thought somebody had given him something.
No,
Okay.
he had it there, and instead of facing the music of what he done, he turned that up and died from it.
Goodness.
And that was in Texas as well. So a lot goes on that you're just not aware of. It goes on behind the scenes there. Now, one of the things that we want to talk about this morning, North Dakota, one of these, a little town in North Dakota, is going to edit and get rid of the Pledge of Allegiance from school because it mentions the word God. They don't want it said in schools because, in their opinion, that school board thinks there are many gods in America. That is what is being taught to our, and it's coming as we were talking about, well, crime doesn't happen here. This is slowly spreading across America just like this.
Right.
We also see here that the NFL has edited God, Jesus, out of a message from a Dallas Cowboy star son because it said Jesus on it. I just
I can't believe this is where we are in this country. I mean, I just can't. It's just floors me.
What was that song? Signs, everywhere there's signs, and there are. We need to pay attention to that. That's a few of the things happening across America this morning that we wanted you to know about. We got some more. We're going to look at this day and what happened on this day in just a moment. Don't rush off. We got something that you'll like to hear. That's all coming up with Scotty Ray and Candace.
One of the most important places to you is your home. That's why Patrick Allen Companies is proud to provide style, functionality, and security to your home. There's nothing quite like a well-designed overhead garage door or vinyl replacement windows, or the safety of a storm shelter to help your family feel protected. Patrick Allen offers doors and windows for commercial and industrial with dozens of innovative designs. Patrick Allen Companies, safety, service, and satisfaction.
Spring is here, and it's time to quit spending all of your weekend cutting grass when you could step up to a Skag zero-turn mower. Freeman Tractor in Collinsville has the #1 rated zero-turn mower, Skag, with cutting widths from 36 inches to 72 inches. Skag, the #1 choice of professional landscapers because they know nothing outcuts or outlasts a Skag. 0% financing for 48 months with payments starting as low as $129 a month. Stop by Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 and see coleslaw or buttermilk. Rockhouse Gun and Pawn is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Lots of different calipers and brands to choose from when it comes to hunting rifles. Whether you're looking for a new pump shotgun or an AR, the Rockhouse will have the gun that you need, with a huge selection of ammunition for just about any caliber that you may be looking for. Pistols, scopes, and a whole lot more. Plus a private lobby for your confidentiality when it comes to your pawns. Rockhouse Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North Meridian. And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace. You got a year on our young couple.
63 years is their anniversary. Is today for Raymond
And Shirley Creel.
Shirley Creel.
You'll know Raymond if you ever went and Winn-Dixie in your life. He was there forever and a day. So we wish y'all a very big one. There's a birthday there, David.
Yeah.
David Weaver having a birthday today.
Good. Happy birthday.
Didn't get an age, but maybe he's around your age there.
Okay.
Let's take a look back of a few things that happened on this day. Anybody remember watching the Munsters? And my first thought on this, you said to me.
Yeah, this lady that was on the Munsters, or this girl, she was younger at the time. I kept thinking, how in the world is she supposed to be a family member? And she looks nothing like these people.
Do y'all remember her? Patricia Ann Priest.
Yeah.
She was absolutely gorgeous.
Maybe she was adopted into the family.
Something happened. It was kind of like that was her aunt and uncle or something, and she was just visiting.
Yeah, I mean, so, yeah.
But she was a knockout.
She was pretty.
1936 when she came about this world there. Anybody remember the TV show called Mannix? It was a detective show. Mike Connors was his name, and he was born on this date back in 1925. And I know I'm not even going to ask you because you don't know that TV show.
No, I don't. You've mentioned it before, though, in other things.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
Early 70s, that was big.
I've never seen it.
I'm sure that comes on MeTV at some point. They're bound to have the reruns of that. Too many people like that.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. I know you know this song because I don't care where you are today. This guy, he might not have done anything else in life, but you will remember him from this. A guy named, in 1933, was born. What made him famous? That song.
Jingle Bell Rock.
I liked it. Everybody did.
That's a good Christmas song for sure.
It's amazing how certain songs stay around forever. And I think they'll be singing Christmas in Dixie for the next 200.
Yes.
1935, Will Rogers would pass away. He was a comedian that most of America really loved. It's starting to be a generation that doesn't know who he was, but he passed away in a plane crash in Alaska on this date. Everybody liked him. The most famous picture of him is dressed like the cowboy that floats around. Will Rogers. Check him out sometime. This would be a picture, and they even made a statue out of this. 1945. Victory over Japan was declared, and in the streets of, I think this was New York, and this was random. They didn't know each other.
Okay.
As we look at this picture here, this is it. The picture's seen around the world.
They did not know each other?
Did not. He just grabbed her.
Somebody and gave her a big old
She was a
kiss.
nurse, and he kissed her when they announced that it was over, and they even made a statue of that. That's there where that took place.
That's neat. I have a picture of my grandfather with this, looks like this same uniform on. Of the
There's
guy.
also a picture of someone grabbing Candace like that and her slapping them.
I hope nobody has a picture like that of me.
What I meant by a random guy just reaches over to kiss you. He'd been slapped, poor old Candace.
Well, yeah, they would be slapped.
But she didn't look at it that way, and it just happened that a photographer was there and snapped that picture, and it's gone
neat,
viral
though.
ever
That is
since. They interviewed both of them years later, and I can't remember what was said, but they lived in two different parts of the world at that one point.
Let's hope she didn't have a husband. That's
I don't know the backstory to that.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Pick up a newspaper back then. That was the only way you could have seen it.
See your wife.
Yeah. 1969, a bunch of hippies would get together on this date. And I don't know what else to call it, but hippies. There was a bunch of hippies, and they called the place Woodstock.
I would have never thought there was that many people there. I knew it was a lot of people, but I didn't think it was that many.
Went on for days upon end. They've tried to recreate that, but it's never worked. That did. There on that poor little old farm there, everybody and their brother was there. They flew them in on helicopters.
And I'm sure there was no paraphernalia found there.
No, not a bit, Candace. None of that was going on. Let's see, 1960, the number one song, what do you think it was? 1960, who was big?
Well, I know who was big.
Yeah.
Because I got like a thrashing the other day because I didn't know when he passed away.
It's now or never, and that's tomorrow, by the way.
Oh, okay.
1960, Elvis would have the number one song in America called It's Now or Never, and I can't sing. But also on this date with Elvis, as I think back in my head, it was on this date in 55 that him and Colonel Tom Parker signed a contract where he would end up giving half of everything that he owned to the colonel on this date. The contract was signed between them.
So did he know he was going to be given half? Or did he just thought
I
he was
don't know
gonna be
the
giving
answer
him
to
a
that.
portion? He didn't
He
know.
had to know, signing the piece of paper, what it said.
Right.
But if you're poor and don't have anything, half of something is something. He just didn't realize how big he would be. The colonel did.
Okay.
He took advantage of that little situation. 1972, and you have to know this guy. He's been in a few movies. Ben Affleck, like the duck, was born on this date.
So he'd be 50 years old today.
Get out of here. And he's married now to,
J-Lo, Jennifer Lopez.
what a love affair that is going on.
Yeah. I think there's a wager going on how long that's going to last.
Oh, is it
There's a bet.
that it may not make it?
Yeah. I mean, of course, you want the best for people. You know, I don't know them. They're stars. I don't know them. But anyway, I don't know. He just seems kind of unstable at times.
She's trying to drag Kanye West into this. Y'all hear this? 1977, this would be the first and only time that I've ever known this woman to fail. And she failed horribly. It just didn't work. She was a rodeo queen. She sang in a bunch of rodeos. She rode horses, and she showed up and released an album. It went nowhere. It flatlined. Nobody wanted to listen to it. Who was it? A future superstar. Reba released it. I Don't Want to Be a One-Night Stand was the name of the song in the album. It went nowhere. No one even bought it.
She wasn't wearing that big belt buckle then with that permed hair.
You know, and I saw this on, as you look at Facebook, Remember When in Meridian, Mississippi. Van Mack, where are you this morning? I saw a picture of him and Ken Rainey with Reba back in '86 that somebody threw a picture up.
I saw her in concert. Wasn't she at the Temple?
Yes.
Temple Theater. Went to that concert. I can remember what she was wearing. She had on a real pretty blue jumpsuit with that belt with the buckle on. And
That may have been the same show.
it might have been. I was there.
Oh, Reba. Boy, there's just nothing quite like her. Jennifer Lawrence, do y'all know who she is?
I do.
An actress. She was born on this date back in 1990. Yeah. I can't name a movie that she's been in, but that's okay, too. Silver Linings Playbook is one of the ones.
She was the one, what's it called? Where they hunt everybody down. What was that movie? She played in that.
With the bows and arrows and
She was in that. What is that called? Gosh, I can't ever think of stuff on.
Well, I'm at a loss on that one. Hunger Games.
Yeah, she played in that.
I didn't know that. That was believe it or not, better than I thought it would be. At least the first one was.
It was good. It's kind of scary a little bit to me. Like,
Yeah.
could this happen? Something like that happen?
Pitting people against each other.
That's odd.
Steve, we appreciate you throwing that up there. Let's see here. We got somebody, in Iowa today. 78 degrees there. Loving the weather there. Sandra visiting in Iowa.
Yeah, Sandra Carrizales. I wish we were having 78-degree weather. Can't wait, though. And hopefully it'll last a little while. You know, we went from, our spring was like overnight,
Yeah.
I think. Some flowers started blooming, and then all of a sudden it was 100 degrees.
Back to the picture we showed of the couple. Jerry says, that picture was staged. I don't care what they try to tell us. Let's see. Denise Burnside said that she was kissed like that during Dancing Like the Stars in Meridian one year. Someone dressed as a Navy guy before performance. Now, isn't that neat there? Did you accept the kiss there, Denise?
Or did he get a pop?
I bet Denise was like, oh, yeah. Got me a feller. Let's see. She played in Winter's Bone. I didn't see that one either.
Mm-hmm. I didn't either. I didn't see that.
Anyway. Louisville, Mississippi joining us. Billy Green, thank y'all for watching there. We turn to what's happening in Meridian. What is it? Well, it's the Lauderdale County Farm Supply. They're open this morning. Been there since 7:30 today getting things ready. And whoop, they're there.
Got some chicks.
Do y'all need some?
Guineas.
Guineas. Come on by and get you some.
I think these are really good for keeping bugs out of your yard.
They are.
Yeah.
Chase them down for you there. Now, as we all know, this is right around the corner. Deer season.
It is. They've got it ready. They got the game cameras and
rolling in.
all kind of stuff.
Tents are back in stock as we get ready for this. Deer feeder is going to be putting out. It's going to be a sought after commodity.
That's right. You need those pop up tents.
They got them there. Patio furniture still there. Lots of that to enjoy these summer days with the flower shop there. Just, make your place look a little bit better there. Fall is arriving. Look at this, Candace.
Oh, I love it. The gift shop has got ribbon and anything you need to decorate for fall. Go check that out.
Get a new look there on your house. Ball caps, a lot more overalls, and shoes that are comfortable to wear and work in. They got that for you at the Farm Supply, including anything for your pet that you may be looking for. Horse feed, cattle feed. All of that for you. Guns, ammo, it's all at the Lauderdale County Farm Supply. Exit 151 right off the interstate. Drop in and visit with them today. You'll be glad that you did. You'll bump into a friend there.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, day beds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
Health Now is your locally owned medical equipment store. Every person's need is a little different, and they offer a little bit of everything from hospital beds, wheelchairs, reclining back wheelchairs, breathing treatments, CPAPs and supplies. They even have walkers, bath products, and oxygen. And the great thing about Health Now is they offer same-day service. They're open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on call 24/7. Health Now Medical Equipment, where we treat our patients like family.
Welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace. Before we know it, the Sweet Pea Swap Shop is coming back again. Believe it or not, it's that time of year. They'll be in this week to tell us more about it, when drop-off is going to happen. And
people get excited about the Sweet Pea.
Yeah.
I've always said I was going to do it, and then I never had the time. Because I think you have to label stuff, so Yeah,
she'll tell us about how to do that.
Yeah, it's really good though. If you need children's clothes or anything, if you want to sell your children's clothes, they'll come in and tell us how.
Yeah, that's all coming up this week here. We learned this weekend that a huge fire broke out in Egypt. 5,000 people were attending church. 41 people have been confirmed dead from the fire. How horrible this is. And they're saying that they think that a lot of these are most likely going to be children. It broke out near the nursery.
Oh, my goodness.
So sad news as we have to look at things across America there. Trump demands that all his stuff be returned to him. You know, as they go deeper into this, he says that all of that was approved by his attorney, that it was not anything confidential. He says it was a step across the line. It's causing controversy.
He'll get it back, though.
Even now, you know what this has done?
What?
It's moved his rating points up 10% since then, since this happened.
Goodness.
Big time there. But in June, the lawyer signed off that all of it was not anything. It was all declassified. Maybe we'll find out or not as we keep looking at this. A guy named Mike Turner from Ohio is saying that, well, he's, I guess, what Trump would call as a rhino, Republican in name only. He's kind of on the side of saying that he may have done something wrong. Well, that chick, and I'll call her chick because she's always in the news, from Georgia, Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's filing impeachment papers against the Attorney General.
Goodness.
She don't sit back. I'll give her credit for that.
Now, when is the election for, like, the one that Liz Cheney's running in?
That's going to be in November.
Oh, I thought it was,
you mean as in coming up? Oh,
right.
okay.
Is it today or tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I was thinking of it. This is the runoff, and
Right.
so far Trump is spot on everybody that he's backed, and it is sure looking like in the polls that she ain't going to be it.
Well, let's.
Her and Kevin Costner will be able to go somewhere and sit and have a cup of coffee and discuss what
Maybe
went
he'll
wrong.
wear his T-shirt.
We'll watch that. And we'll let you know as soon as that. I think you're right.
I think
Maybe-
it's today or tomorrow.
Tuesday is generally when people vote.
So it's probably tomorrow.
So if anybody knows for sure, post
Yeah.
it so we can share that.
I'd like to know the outcome of that and see if she makes her father's commercial a success.
Ooh, Mary Havard, shame on you. Sleeping late. She just got up, y'all. We'll call you tomorrow and wake you up if you want us to.
I slept late yesterday morning. I have never, like in a long time, slept till almost 10 o'clock in the morning.
Shame on you.
I don't know how I did it, really. I was just so tired.
This is kind of like, why? Hillary calling somebody else's husband a sexist. She's calling Bernie Sanders in her book a sexist.
Really?
Does she have any room to talk?
I don't see how any of them have had much room to talk, the ones that's been talking the most. You know?
Bernie is harmless. He ain't got enough energy to do nothing. It just kind of shocks me there.
Yeah. Yeah, Bill could probably write a book on sexism.
Let me get on a
Man.
private plane and fly somewhere. 24-year-old has been arrested as he drove into a fundraiser this weekend in Pennsylvania, killing one person. Did you see all of that? 17 people were hurt. They were on a street corner, and he just drove his car into it. That was right before he killed his mother.
Goodness gracious.
I saw the pictures of him being escorted away in handcuffs this morning. There's some sick people in this world.
That is horrible.
What
Horrible.
goes through a person's mind with people standing on a street corner that think, oh, I want to do that?
I don't know. I mean, what would go through somebody's mind that would do that to their mother? I mean, awful. You know, right before we went on air, I saw where in Spain, at the music fest in Spain, I
Yeah.
think it was, a stage collapsed and one person they know has been killed and 40-something people injured.
Did you see that in South?
Horrible.
This is one of those like, oh my gosh, there's a TV show, Horrible Ways to Die or something. I don't remember the exact name of it. But South Carolina Beach, an umbrella got caught by the wind and impaled into a lady and she died.
Oh, my Lord.
Who would even think that could happen?
That's awful. That
Almost
is horrible.
kind of-
That would be one of those freak accidents.
Yeah. Final Destination type movie scenes.
That's scary. Yeah.
I want to say she was 73, if I remember right there.
Those beach umbrellas, though, will get away. Like, they make these things that you can screw into the sand, and then it clips onto your umbrella. But some people, I guess, just stick those umbrellas down in there and think it's going to stay. But that's all.
Mary Havard's had time to think it over, and she don't want me to call her tomorrow. She just wants to lay around a little bit longer. And I've got that natural alarm. If I don't get out of bed, somebody named Sophie and somebody named Ellie comes to the bed, and you get a big lick across the face. That means get up. I
Yeah.
want to go outside.
Yeah, my dog just sits in the laundry room and barks till you get up and let her out. But good morning, Jerry Mason. Said good morning.
Woo! We're looking down in South
And you
Clark
too.
County. Oh, and you too. Let's see here. I don't agree with this statement. If you're in Israel, and there's always controversy no matter where you go, but an Israel man says, well, actually, America's the safest place to be after he got shot.
Yeah, after he got shot. Oh, it's the safest place. Let me go get this wound.
That's somebody going, you don't need to be talking about crime down here. Stop that.
Yeah.
Didn't anything really go on? Get on there and act right. Say it's okay.
Be like hobbling down the street. Oh, this is the safe. Welcome. This is the safest place. Let me go to the hospital.
I think we all know different. Anything can happen in these other countries at the drop of a hat. They fight all the time.
Yeah.
Would I like to go to Israel and visit all those places one day? I would. But boy,
I've had clients that have gone and they loved it. But one had bought some things over there and their card got hacked by buying something.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So are you better? Well, I was going to say, are you better to carry cash? But then you can be
Yeah.
relieved of your. Don't they still make? Do they still make those traveler's checks? Is that such a thing anymore?
I don't know. I mean, people when you try to write a regular check here in the United States, they act like like you are taking up their time. Like I'm sitting there writing my check.
Yeah.
And people are like, we're waiting behind you. They make the thing called a debit card, and my bracelet is caught in this thing.
Roy says his puppy dog, which weighs 90 pounds, urges him out of bed every day. Thomas Rogers joining us from DeKalb, Mississippi. Good morning to you. Hope you're doing well there.
Good morning. Jan Bushman's up watching. Good morning.
A guy called the police because, well, his French fries were cold from McDonald's. So he called the police to report it.
Now, that is one reason to call the police.
I think so. But they showed up, and guess what? Well, he was wanted for other things. He was wanted for murder. They took him on to jail because his French fries were cold. Now, we never accused him.
He was chased and tased.
We never accused him of being smart, now did we?
I bet when he was hit by that taser, he wasn't worried about them French fries being hot anymore.
No.
What you think?
I didn't realize that pets could get monkeypox.
Really?
That's a story this morning as a greyhound has contacted it from its owners who are partners that the dog has gotten monkeypox.
Goodness.
Wow. That's something to think on there. If an animal can get it, that stuff must be really contagious.
Yeah.
And I'll leave that story at that, but that did happen somewhere across America.
That is odd.
Oh, well, we'll leave it at that, and we'll move on to something else and interesting there.
Yeah.
Let's go and talk about our friends over at Godwin. If you got something dirty, these are the folks. They don't mind getting their hands dirty at all or getting wet to handle it for you there. Godwin Cleaning Services, they do this daily. Most of the time, it doesn't take all that long for them to come in and make your place look new again. If you've got a big building, an office building, they do that also. No matter how big, how small, they got the equipment to get to the top, handle it. Whether it's from using a drone, they can do it with a drone now.
Yeah.
All kinds of equipment. They can get that, what do you call this, vinyl siding?
Yeah, vinyl siding and make it look brand new again.
Sure will. Fleet washing, they'll do that with the latest equipment, and it's soft. It's not going to blow the paint off anything. Takes care of roofs and make it look brand new again. And not only metal roofs, but shingle roofs as well.
That's right.
Major differences. Slate roofs, metal buildings, they look new again. Even a driveway. As simple as that.
And steps can get that stuff on them, like the mildew and mold, and
there it
is.
is.
Really dangerous to walk up. They'll clean it up and be safe again.
Call them 253-8262 from a scoreboard to a billboard. It's all taken care of. Godwin, they can set you up on a plan there to where they come by twice a year. However, whatever you need, they'll handle it for you. Drop in and visit with them today. They'll help you out. If you're getting ready to purchase land, make sure you have it surveyed. Contact our friends at the Woodlands Group. Maybe you're selling land, dividing land up. Whatever the case is, the Woodlands Group can help you there. They handle residential and commercial clients. And again, they specialize in property line location, site plans, and a whole lot more. Maybe you have a construction project, and they have the latest equipment to make sure it's done right, including drones. Call Justin Palmer or Brandon Briggs at the Woodlands Group, Surveying Solutions. We got more folks headed over to Taiwan. Let's go ahead and stir the nest a little bit more. Make sure we make them really mad as we go there. The Democrat Senator Ed Markley leads a congressional delegation there.
I saw where China is, they're doing like military training things around Taiwan. They've started doing more of those. I don't know what their intentions are, but doesn't sound good.
A lot of people say we're on the verge of something happening there. Let's hope not. Let's keep that in our thoughts and our prayers. Home prices nationwide are starting to dip for the first time, to where they've been steadily on the rise. They're starting to come down now. But in major cities, rent has gotten to where I don't know how they're making it. How you can, even with the cost of everything going up, of your food, your gas, and your housing being so expensive.
Yeah. My mother was telling me something about her house insurance had gone up. I mean, it had gone up substantially. It was like $130 was the fee, was the monthly, and it went to $230 or $220, I think.
Jumped
it was,
up a little bit more.
It was crazy. Yeah, I don't know what she said. The cost of having to rebuild that home had gone up, and that's why they were,
that makes sense.
Right, the building materials. But I wouldn't think that they could just do that. But I guess they can.
Oh, absolutely. When that contract comes up.
Right. But the cost of homes, you're right, they're going down. I've watched homes that have been on the market for a while start like dropping by $20,000 each time, So I guess people are trying to get them sold.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going on. Hey, what are the odds of this, Candace? Believe it or not, a snake handler, who West Virginia done it every day, played with him. Well, he got bit and died.
Oh, really?
Whoops.
Yeah, you don't play with snakes. I mean, I don't care.
That ain't my thing. I could not be the person that goes out and collects these things. Even, they have that season down in Florida where they go to the pythons. Not me.
Yeah, not me either.
And let me warn y'all, never ever look at this on Facebook. The snakes of Mississippi. You look at that site, it's going to come up on your feed every day, and there's a snake looking at you, and it scares you.
I saw a video yesterday from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Somebody in a state park up there was filming a rattlesnake go across.
I did. I saw that.
Did you see that?
Thing was humongous.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, I would have gotten on that because they were like, "Which way do we go now? Which way do we go?" Well, don't you think if there's one, there's more? I mean, like, get out.
I agree with you.
Back
100%
to the car.
there.
Whatever takes me back to the car. Yeah. Anyway,
I don't put a lot of stock into this, but there's some folks in California that says a natural disaster is coming, like biblical. Yeah, flood is coming there. God told us that wouldn't happen again. Y'all may get some rain. They've told us before the end of the world is ending because we fly airplanes. Don't believe everything that they put in print.
right.
They just want to make a lot of noise sometimes. Hey, they have found a World War II wreck, a U.S. Navy destroyer in the waters there, deep in the ocean there. It was sunk by enemy fire off the coast of Sicily. So,
In 1917. It's been there a long time.
it has.
Goodness.
Some closure, hopefully, to some families there. I'm sure that
Yeah.
they'll be notified of.
There was 150 men lost their lives on that ship.
That's a lot of folks there. Why? They gave their lives so we can do what we do every day. No matter what your political affiliation are, there's somebody that has put their life on the line for you there.
Yeah.
We had somebody that was during a news conference, and I guess this can happen. They were giving a press conference and a bee flew in their mouth. They swallowed it.
Oh, gosh. You ever turned a drink up and one
Yes.
began
What happens if one stings you inside your mouth?
would not be good. In your throat. I mean, can you imagine being stung in the throat?
And if you're allergic to
Internally
that,
stung in the throat?
just some thoughts there.
That would be awful, yeah. I got popped by a yellow jacket one time at break at school. Got in my drink, and I didn't realize it and took a sip.
Swell up pretty quick.
Yeah, did not feel good. Did not.
We're coming to the end of our time this morning. We want to say thank y'all for dropping by, spending a little bit of time with us. We're going to be back tomorrow morning. Come back, visitate with us a little while. And as always, if you've got information, send it to us at Scotty Ray 1969 OL.
Pictures.
Yeah. YouTube, you can watch us there as well as right here on Facebook. Lots of ways to do that. We'll give you the latest headlines that's happening in our community and as well as around the world, too.
That's right. Might make you laugh a little bit.
Might
You never
so.
know.
We'll give a Candace hair update here in a little while.
Yeah.
Again, school buses are going to be rolling this afternoon. A chance of severe weather north of us, of the Meridian area, Kemper County northward this afternoon, and several chances throughout the week. We'll be here to let you know all about that. Anything that we've left out?
I don't think so. I just hope everybody has a wonderful day. Stay safe if the rain does come, and we'll see you back at 8 a.m. in the morning.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: